Audio check, check, check. Audio check, audio check. All right. Good Monday afternoon and welcome back. Pittsburgh Ice Arena. Championship hockey. 3 15-minute periods to decide who's going to win the banner and the gold here at the NGHL tournament in Pittsburgh. Your Pittsburgh Steel City Selects. Traveling Blacks, gold trim. These North Shore Warhawks. Home whites, green, blue, and gray trim. We're going to play 3 15-minute periods for all the marbles. Got some more fans out here now. Fuzzy making the trip for the championship game. Got Little Kiesel missing school for the championship game unless they're off today. They might be off today. We got Kaya going back to the locker room for something here. We'll see what's going on with Desai. So lineup updates. No Detling. No Yenny. Marshall out with a melon. So we await the results. I know Marshall was going to the doctor a little bit earlier this afternoon for a checkup, and we await the results and wish her the best. Told the boys this is it. They got to leave it all here. They don't need voices for work tomorrow. So Schilling, I know you got the video on in class, and in order to make it educational so you don't get in trouble with the Bethel Park School Board, we'll teach a lesson about 3 of my favorite players. Player number 1, 18, Lexi Diamond. We call her the bar fight. So you'll hear me refer to bar fight, and she is called that because even though she is small, if you ever find yourselves in a bar fight, you want Lexi there with you. Bar fights are generally pretty scrappy. You got to get a little dirty in the corner. And Diamond's willing to do that, so we call her the bar fight. Player number 2 on the nickname list is the Big Rig, number 77, Addie Stevens. That's my kid. We call her the Big Rig because last year we were in D.C. and there was a D.C. team roughing us up in Game 1. We had to play them the next morning, and at the end of the game, Stevens decided to send a message, and she found the smallest girl on the D.C. team and just leveled her at center ice. And that moment, Tyndall called her the Big Rig, so we call her the Rig. And then player number 3 with a nickname, new nickname as of this morning, Elena Mrazek, number 9. She normally plays offense, but with Marshall out on a melon, she is playing defense today, and that has earned her the nickname Swiss Army Niner. So you'll hear me refer to her as Swiss Army Niner. So there you go, Schilling. You taught something today. 3 nicknames for the girls. The Bar Fight, the Big Rig, and Swiss Army Niner. We got 3 15-minute periods. I can tell you it is no warmer in here than it was this morning. Normally it warms up as the day goes on, and that has not happened. It is still very cold in here. You can still see your breath. But we don't care. We're here to win a medal. And we got these North Shore Warhawks. We kind of knew it was going to come down to this yesterday, just watching this tournament. The Tampa Bay Crunch fell apart, gave us a chance. We beat those most hated Philadelphia Junior Flyers this morning. And here we are for all the marbles on a Monday afternoon. Desai's got a screwed up blade. Does she have... So Desai's got a bum wheel. They're going to go out and get her blade fixed here. Kiesel and Dahl are going out to investigate. Schilling, we promise not to have any more inappropriate sponsors since you're showing this in a middle school. We'll try to be better today. I can't promise you that's going to happen, though. If we get excited, we might need a beer sponsor or something later in the game. You never know. We'll see how it goes. Girls huddling around the net here. This one should be Jamalkowski in goal. We'll see who Tyndall taps to take the pipes. Kanachi played this morning. They are talking to each other a little longer here. Listen, in pregame, I think we're going 2 centers. They're going to move Taylor to the wing. after the game this morning, and I think we're just going to go 2 centers and run 4 wing pairs. We'll see as the game evolves. That's a lot of skate work for the 2 that rotate. We'll see if that holds. This Warhawks game was pretty fast-paced yesterday, and I don't know that they're going to be able to hold that endurance the whole time, but we will see. That story will unfold. Girls are over getting final instruction from Tyndall, and we'll get this game underway. 3 15-minute periods for the championship belt. Rearranging my broadcast situation here. We're on the other rink at Pittsburgh Ice. It's a little more precarious. I'm in the bleachers now, so I've got to kind of straddle between multiple levels. I told Kiesel that means no attacks if anything good happens, because he'll blow out a knee and I'll break an ankle, because we're on multiple levels here. We're kind of straddling. Here comes Desai, fresh off a blade sharpening. Dahl working her onto the ice. She got the wheel repaired, and she's on her way over to the bench. So some quick pro shop work out there to fix a wheel. And baby Johnny in the house. Baby Johnny in the house for the game. She comes to watch. And there we go. We are underway, and I missed the start of the game as Johnny distracted me. Warhawks up the near pipe. We got Claherty, Kinger, and Pilarski out here with Zivy and Kiesel in the back as both Claherty and King go down. Puck to the far end. Warhawks have it behind their net. We got a little bit of a worse view here. There is no center ice position, so I am inside the near blue line here, so you're going to get a far look when we shoot twice, but that's all we can give you. Battling in the corner there is Pilarski. Around back for Claherty. Too far. Up the wall, Kiesel. No, Kinger. Kinger. Low. In behind. Claherty puts it out front. It's loose. Kiesel skates over, holds it, throws it deep. This one goes in behind. Claherty puts it around the backside, and it's loose. Claherty comes out of there with it. Claherty shoots up high to the far corner. I realize you probably can't see it as well as you're used to, but this is all I can give you. Kiesel loops back as the Warhawks change. Claherty with room on the change, but they hurry up and shoot back and block her shot. Now she needs to go and change. Barfight comes out. Dahl and Schuler in the backyard. Klein out here with Barfight. Claherty's going to head off. That's going to allow Makasenka to join. So now there'll be Warhawks up the far wall. Here come the Woobirds out from the boys. As this one comes out, oh, they jump in front of Klein. Dahl needs to hurry back. Puck in the corner now. Dahl's not going to need to hurry as fast as she thought. And they send it up to the point, all the way out. They wave it off because that was the Warhawks sending it back. And that will be an opportunity for Makasenka to go chase it down. She overskates, and the Warhawks pick it up behind the goaltender. I haven't heard from Schilling yet. I wonder if that means he's teaching and not watching, but we'll see. Got to keep the chat active. I know Vitodian's playing at 1:15, so we're not going to see her in the chat. But an active chat favors the girls in the superstition world. Dahl down the near wall, battling into the corner. Puck up high, bar fight over there. Dahl falls down. This one comes back to Makasenka, center ice. Makasenka across to Pilarski. Pilarski dumping it up. They're looking to get a change here, and here come the Warhawks back the other way. Makasenka to the bench. Taylor and the Rig come out. Shot! Missed everything to the near side, and it is Jamelkowski in the pipes. Rig over her. She can't get the puck. Battles it lower. Around the backside, Pilarski. Pilarski's got the Rig going. Can't get it through to her. And here comes the puck up the near side. Warhawks dump it deep. Around the backside, Schuler can't get a stick on it. This time she does. She pokes it up. Here comes the Rig. Here comes the Rig up the far wall. Rig throws it in on net. Just didn't have the angle. Pilarski picks it up there. Pilarski skating around behind, leaves it for the Rig. The Rig tried to go back to Pilarski on the big give and go, couldn't get it there. Pilarski on the far wall, leaves it for Swiss Army Niner on the point. Niner dumps it deeper. Warhawks pick it up, send it back to the point. Niner stops the player, but not the puck. Desai's going to go chase it down, and that will be an icing. 11:56 will get the clock in line. Period number 1. Championship hockey. Clock in line. We're back down here for the draw. Claherty, Klein, King, Niner, and Desai. The boys are cheering behind me here. You can hear them. Kinger, Klein. Throws it deeper to Kinger. Around the backside. You got Klein and Kinger digging with a couple of Warhawks. Puck around the backside. Nobody there. Warhawks pick it up, send it up the near wall. Now they chip it all the way up and out as Desai shoulders a Warhawk off the puck. And this will be Swiss Army Niner around the backside, sending it up the wall right to a Warhawk. Leaves it on the near dot. Now it comes in on Jemolkowski. A Swiss Army Niner bruises a girl out of there, and she's going to get called here on a rough. She had to do it, though. And Desai pokes it out of there. Clawhardy's going to poke it out, and Niner's going to sit. Not sure how it's a trip. Looked more like a rough than a trip, but Stripes is going to send her to the box. Niner bruised her in front. That's a hit Kiesel would have been proud of in his playing days.
That's accurate. Good play, Niner.
As we're going to go on the penalty kill here. As Rigg tries to block a shot, can't. Rigg Desai, bar fight, Dahl out here to kill this one. Push it over to the far side, up to the far point, lower, far wall, around Dahl. In Rigg with the block, it's loose. Jemolkowski covers that up. And we're going to get a stoppage there with 10:39.
Let's go, Grace. Let's go, City.
Lost the audio there for a second. It's back now. We got 10:33. I got clock problems. The audio fell apart. There we go. Now we got it. Now we're in the corner. Baby Johnny coming up to the broadcasting area here. And she's going to come up, and I'm going to have to pick her up here in a second. We're getting another penalty here. This one's going to be on the Warhawks. As Johnny joins the broadcast team. Hi, baby Johnny. And that's going to negate the Warhawks power play. And we're going to get a call here. We're watching hockey. Tell them, what are you watching? Say, I'm watching hockey. Johnny doesn't want to tell you she's watching hockey. All right, they're going to come down here now for this one. 4-on-4, Clawhardy, Klein, Kiesel, Zivkovic. And we're going to get a draw here, 4-on-4, and then it'll lead to a power play for us. Right in on the goaltender from the faceoff. Goaltender with a cover. Johnny's having some cookies while she watches this championship game. Klein draws it back. Shot in on the goaltender. Clawhardy into the near corner. Around the backside, Clawhardy. Clawhardy dancing, spinning. Clawhardy throws it back to nobody, and Kiesel's going to have to come chase it down back here. And they're going to whip it back this way to Zivkovic. Zivkovic up for Clawhardy. Clawhardy chips it. Here she comes through neutral. Clawhardy over to Klein. Can't get it through. Now Clawhardy pokes it in. And we're going to get the Warhawks coming back the other way here. And that's going to kill the 4-on-4. But that's going to be an icing first. And we're going to come back down here for this draw. And we're going to get 47 seconds of power play after this face-off. Johnny, tell them what you're watching. Say I'm watching hockey. No? Johnny, tell them again. Hockey, yes. Johnny's watching hockey. Okay, here we go. Shot from Clawhardy, knocked down by the goaltender in behind the net. This one comes around to the far wall. Rigg cheats up. Rigg battling. Cannot hold on to the puck. This one comes up the near wall. We got Rigg out here with Pilarski, Clawhardy, Klein, and Kiesel, or Dahl on the power play. Clawhardy puts it down low to the Rigg. Rigg battling in the corner for it with Clawhardy and a couple of Warhawks. Rigg comes out of there with it. Rigg around to the far corner. Picks it up there. Rigg skating in with it. Rigg puts it lower. Clawhardy out in the corner. Rigg open. Didn't hit her. Pilarski out to Clawhardy. Clawhardy loses the puck. Here come the Warhawks the other way on an ice. That'll kill the power play. And Dahl is going to chase it around behind. Dahl up the wall. Too far for Clawhardy. Rigg holds it there, and now they turn it back the other way. Rigg picks it up, sends it all the way back. Clawhardy's going to have to go chase it down. Clawhardy's going to get there on a pass from the Rigg. Clawhardy dances in. Clawhardy with the goal on an up-ice pass from the Rigg, and it's 1-0 Steel City. Wait. No, Stripe saying no. Stripe saying no. Stripe saying no. Steph, she wants to come back. Stripes is saying no. I thought Clawhardy had it. Stripe says no. Klein rifles one off the goaltender as the Riggs taking pressure in front of the net. And here comes the Niner over here to stop this puck. And Desai turns it over to a player as Niner got leveled. And that's going to be an offsides. So we're going to come back here to this dot with 8:08 to go. So I see a sponsorship offer in the chat from Matt Coulter. MJ Coulter Trucking wants to sponsor the rig. We'll have to talk about that. Maybe get her a hat or something, Matt, that says the big rig on the back. As this one comes in. Klein battling with a Warhawk over there. Desai behind the net, throws it around to Mrazek. Mrazek up the wall to Desai. Desai beats it up the wall to the Rig. Rig stops, turns, loses it on the wall. Here they come lower. Now the Rig has it. Rig going to send it all the way back down, and that's going to be icing for 7:42 to go in this first period. No score. Clawhardy thought she had one, but didn't get there. So Schilling, I don't know if you were on at the beginning. I did an educational segment on the team nicknames so you could claim this as an educational lesson for your kids. If you weren't, let me know. We'll do it at the period break. That way you could claim it as an educational lesson. Over into the far corner, Warhawks. Kiesel and Barfight battling over there. Barfight battling with a Hawks player 116 times her size. Kiesel puts a shoulder in and Barfight comes out of there with it. Up to Pilarski. Pilarski with Makasenka ahead of her. Pilarski up the near wall, or far wall. Pilarski stops, turns, throws it over. Couldn't get it through the feet to Makasenka. Barfight comes out of there with it. She loses. No, she maintains it coming across over to Pilarski. Pilarski stops, turns, throws it in front. Makasenka can't handle the pass. Over to the near wall. They're buzzing right now. We got to see if we can get one here and capitalize on this energy as they send it all the way back. And Kiesel is going to chase it. We got him going. Kiesel throws it up. Can't get it all the way up to Makasenka. Makasenka battles it in, and they're going to drop it into the corner. I see you laughing, Shell. I don't know if you saw the educational segment or not, though. Up to Zivkovic. Zivkovic across. Clawhardy skates in, takes it off a Kiesel stick, shoots. Missed everything to the far wall. And now Pilarski. Pilarski throws it around back. And this one comes up and out as it's kept in by Kinger. And now here come the Warhawks back the other way. Kiesel back in a push-up player to the corner. Shot. Jamalkowski knocks that into the corner where it's in behind the net now. And Clawhardy battles up here with a Warhawk loose. Comes to the point. Zivkovic. Zivkovic's going to throw it. Clawhardy on a breakaway. Here she comes. Clawhardy in. Clawhardy never gets the shot off. She swiped at it a second time, and goaltender covered it up. Zivkovic with a nice pass, and Clawhardy just couldn't pull the trigger. So you missed that educational segment, Schilling. We'll get it at the period break, and then that'll count as a lesson for today, and you could put that in the books. You could give a test on it later this week. So we've got Klein over here with Clawhardy and Kenger. Dahl and Schuler in the backyard. Puck around back into the near corner. And this one's going to come up the wall. In now into the center as Clawhardy got leveled against the wall. Now here come the Warhawks up the near wall. They're going to dump it into the corner. Around the backside, Dahl. Dahl stops, turns, picks it up now. They're going to battle. Klein, Dahl, a couple of Warhawks. They're going to beat, bang, whack. Klein's going to come out of there with it. Klein hits the Uno reverse card all the way up the far wall where the Warhawks are going to send it in deeper. This one's going to get behind the net around Klein. Up to Clawhardy. Clawhardy tips it up the wall, but not out. Comes all the way through. Jamalkowski paddles it over to the far wall. Warhawks send it up to the far point. Shot. Tipped. Missed everything near side. Warhawks near wall. They send it across up. And this one gets out. And here comes Kinger on a breakaway. Kinger with Clawhardy trailing. Kinger shoots. Rebound. Clawhardy. Goaltender made a tremendous save on the rebound on Clawhardy. And this is one of those games where the puck's just not bouncing our way. Normally that second shot would have went in. Claherty saw it, and the goaltender just made a tremendous save, and that will be an icing. So 2 big saves by the Warhawks goaltender. King had a good shot on the breakaway. Rebound came right to Claherty. She fired, and goaltender made a big save. And that's just not bouncing our way today. So Pilarski going to step in with the Rig and Taylor. Desai and Swiss Army Niner as they draw this one back. Back to the Rig. Rig across the top. Shoots. Missed everything to the far side. Taylor up to Niner. Niner throws it. Can't get it through, and she's going to have to hustle. Don't pull her down. Shot. Jamalkowski got beat 5-hole. Didn't get the legs closed and got beat 5-hole. And we're now down 1-0. She got a good look at it and just got beat 5-hole. That's tough. Didn't get down, didn't get the 5-hole closed. Niner couldn't get there despite good hustle. And it's now 1-0 as Jamalkowski lets one through the 5-hole. This is one of those games with the puck luck and the puck bounce, and that breakaway not going our way. Changes the momentum. Pilarski draws it forward. Rig battles, can't hold it. Sends it across. Up, Warhawks near wall. They dance right around Desai. Desai's getting called for a trip. And hopefully this isn't the start of the wheels falling off, because that's what it's starting to look like. 4:28. We're going to go on the power play, or the penalty kill.
Let's go. You do it, Ava. You're good. Go.
I cannot get the power play to come on. Fingers are too cold. There it comes. There's the draw. The button for the power play is very small on this app, and I just can't get it to come on with my finger. Out to the far point. They send it low. In around the end of the rink there in the corner. Bar fight. Now they tip it lower. Bar fight, Kiesel, Zivy, and Klein out here to kill this one. Loose in front. Zivy pokes it to the wall. Bar fight skates over. Can't get a stick on it. Warhawks in the near corner. Jamalkowski paddles it over. Kiesel's going to throw it all the way down. And that will clear it out of the kitchen. And Warhawks have to hit the reverse cart. Oh, Klein's battling back there. Pulls a girl down. No call. Here come the Warhawks. Barfight has to skate to catch up now. Here they come up the near wall around Zivkovic. Around behind. They throw it in front. They're down. Shot. Kiesel with a block. In behind now, Kiesel. Kiesel flicks it. That was out, and that's going to be offsides. 3:32, 33 seconds to go on the penalty here in the rink. And we're going to get a draw in our defensive zone on the penalty kill. Claherty, Pilarski, Schuler, and Dahl. This one comes out. Now it bounces off the wall up. And Dahl loses it there. Shot. Jamalkowski pokes that to the corner. They're in the corner now, near point. Shot from the near point. Missed everything near side. Schuler banks it up the wall to Pilarski. Pilarski, lots of room. Pilarski tries to throw it out. Hits Claherty. Claherty tries to chip it. Claherty gets it by. Claherty can't get back. Claherty gets pulled down. The Warhawk goes down. No call. This one comes out to Schuler. Schuler throws it into the far corner with 4 seconds to go in the penalty. Penalty's over here, but not in the arena. I was off a couple of seconds. We got clock problems all the time. Loose in front, chipped in front. Warhawks pick it up as Kinger gets knocked down in front of the net. Schuler needs to skate. She gets there, whacks it back the other way. As we're going to get offsides, delayed offsides here. Dahl whacks at it and can't get it out. Now she picks it up, sends it back to a Warhawk. Pilarski chips it off the stick. Here comes Claherty. Loses it on the toe drag coming through the blue line. Claherty gets pulled down. They're calling offsides, and they get out, and that will be an icing. 2:24. Going to let the clock catch up to me here a little bit as we move on this stoppage. So we're going to come all the way down here. Stevens, Rig, Taylor, Klein, Mrazek, and Desai out here. And Klein takes this draw back to Desai. Desai throws it on net. Goaltender gloves it. We're going to do it again. Same players, different time on the clock. Same circle. Got to get in front of that goalie. She's too good to shoot at from here. You've got to get in front of her and screen her. 2:21. This time over to Stevens. Stevens up to Mrazek. Mrazek throws it in front. Tipped by Klein. In behind the net, Stevens. Stevens up the wall. Heavy pressure. Stevens throws it in front to Klein. Klein can't handle it. Desai skates over and cheats up. Desai in the near corner. Heavy pressure pushed into the wall. Rigg comes over to join in. They're still battling over there. They're beating, banging in the corner. Warhawks come out with it. Taylor steps in front, but they skate through her. Here they come. Around Klein. Now we got Mrazek back. Mrazek, they get in, shoot, miss everything to the near side, near corner now. Push it lower. They push it up the wall. They drop it behind. Klein's there. Klein, Ellen leaves it on the doorstep. Broken stick. Desai battling. Klein's going to pick it up. Klein sends it around. All the way up and out. There was at least 7 of them on the ice, and they didn't call it. Now they poke it out. Rigg back to Niner. Niner cannot clear it. Niner gets pulled down. Warhawks far circle shot. Missed everything to the far side. They chip it around behind the Warhawks too. Rigg back there. Rigg backhands it up and out. That's offsides. Whistle. 1:01 to go. Third period. Broken stick on the ice. We need to settle this game down a little bit. It's a little bit wild right now. Pilarski, Makasenka, bar fight. Zivy and Kiesel. Face off on the far dot. Pilarski chips it forward. Bar fight going to go chase it. They're going to get around her, but you know it's not going to be easy. Pilarski overskates. Here come the Warhawks back the other way. Kiesel in the corner. Not going to get there. Now they're going to battle on the wall. They're going to get... Kiesel levels a girl with an elbow. And now it's loose in front into the near corner. Stripes didn't see that elbow. As Pilarski battles behind the net. Pilarski taking pressure now. Loose around the backside, up the half wall. Shot from there, knocked down by Kiesel. Loose. Jamelkowski covers. 26 seconds to go in the arena. Kiesel with the power push in the corner knocks the girl down. Brett's over here laughing in the corner. He's singing a little Olivia Newton-John. Let's get physical over here. We got the puck coming down the half wall. Kiesel still chopping at it. Klein chopping. It's loose on the end wall now. Kiesel loses it. Klein will pick it up. Here comes Klein. Klein through neutral with 12 to go. Klein still skating. Klein loses it into the corner. 7 seconds to go. She throws it up high to Kiesel. Kiesel whacks at it. Loose. Rebound. Nobody there to clean it up as Barfight sends it up to Zivkovic. Period over. We played one. It's 1-0 Warhawks on a 5-hole goal. And showing, here comes the educational part you missed at the beginning. Kids, you need to learn something in school today, so we're going to teach you about hockey nicknames. We're going to teach you about 3 of the Steel City players. Number 1, number 18, Lexi Diamond. We call her the bar fight. The reason we call her the bar fight is because if you're ever in a bar fight, you want to have her with you because she is scrappy. So we call her bar fight. That's lesson number 1. Lesson number 2, Elena Mrazek, number 9. We call her the Swiss Army Niner. She plays offense and defense. She's versatile like a Swiss Army knife, hence the Swiss Army Niner. And the third player you're going to learn about today is number 77, Addison, the Big Rig Stevens. She bodied a girl in D.C. last year to send a message, and Tyndall started calling her the Big Rig. So there's your lesson for today. You can go home and tell your parents you learned about hockey nicknames. You got the bar fight, the Swiss Army Niner, and the Big Rig. And that is your hockey nicknames lesson for today as Jamelkowski takes the long skate to the left to start period number 2. And we've got the bar fight, Makasenka, Schuler-Dahl, and Klein out here as they blow the horn to start period number 2. Boys were cheering for Johnny during the break. She got a good smile. And we'll get back to action here. I think Tommy D's getting in trouble over here somehow. I'm not sure what he did, but he just I didn't get it on video. All I heard was you're getting the side eye from Julie, so I don't know what you did, but we've all been there, Tom. We know how it works. As Klein takes this drop, pokes it forward. Warhawks knock it back to their D. Here they come up the near wall now, back to D. Diamond pursuing aggressively as only she knows how to do. Dahl stops, turns, looking up, trying to hit Makasenka. Can't. Makasenka's not going to get there as they whack it back the other way. She holds it, takes a shot. Klein puts it up to Makasenka. Makasenka can't poke it in. Now Klein beats, bangs, whacks again. Makasenka joins. Dahl is tempted but won't go. We don't want to get three tied up. Now we got it off the wall. And Klein comes out of there with it. Klein around one. Here comes Klein in on the goalie. Klein missed the net at point-blank range, and she gets mad and shoves a Warhawk. Now Klein's going to get a penalty for that. She was mad she missed the shot and threw the girl down. And you're going to sit for that every time, Klein. So now we're going to go on the penalty kill again. And I'll set up that penalty. As the Warhawks are going to go on the penalty kill. Stevens, Claherty, Zivkovic, and Kiesel come out here to kill this penalty. Down in the far zone where it's hard for you to see, but it's the best I can give you. As this one comes out to the near point, now over to the far point. Far point down to the far corner. Far corner up to the far point. Over deep into the corner now with 1:19 to go in the penalty. They throw it out to the near point, throw it deep now. Kiesel battling to try to get a stick on the puck, can't. Now they have it low, skate in on Jamilkowski. Shot, covered, and they're leveling them in front of the net. Kiesel clapping for that hit.
Way to go, Layla.
With the Rig and Kiesel out there, you're not going to get in on the goalie, I can tell you that. And Kiesel reminded them why that's a bad idea. The Rig tells me as long as you're in the blue paint, you can push him out. I'm not sure that's actually how that works, but Kiesel just didn't get called. So there's the draw as Kiesel sends it up the wall all the way down back here. And Warhawks are going to chase it behind. As they send it over to the near point now. Oh, they fumbled it a little bit. Kinger saw an opportunity, cheated in. Zivkovic. She chipped it up to Pilarski. Pilarski dropped it at the red line. Warhawks are skating into each other, and they throw it deep down, and that's going to be an offsides with 13:21 and 37 seconds in the arena on the penalty. So Warhawks are going to change some personnel. We're going to stay with Kinger, Pilarski, Zivy, and Kiesel. 37 seconds left to kill this. Pilarski steps in far circle for this draw. Pilarski chips it up high, and it drifts slow. Kinger coming hard here. Can't get a stick on it, and she's going to pick it up. Kinger battling on the wall. The Warhawks send it up. Kiesel sends it deeper into the far corner. Pilarski going to go battle now as the Warhawks send it up the wall. 19 seconds to go in the penalty. To Klein. They're dilly-dallying along here as King stands in front of the player, stops the puck. They're playing a little game of whack here, and now here comes Zivkovic. Zivkovic picks it up. Zivkovic throws it into the center. Warhawks pick it up. That'll kill the penalty up the wall. Pilarski knocks it deeper. Warhawks have it here as King steps in. Pilarski whacks it lower. We got a little bit of energy here. Let's see if we can capitalize on it as it comes up the wall. King can't get a stick on it. Warhawks are going to clear. It's going to go all the way down, and that will be an icing. We'll come back the other way. Here comes the Rig with Klein and Taylor and Dahl and Schuler. So, Matt, if you're still out there, I do really like that idea. We need an MJ Coulter trucking hat with the big rig on the back. We need to make that happen. As this one comes out to the Rig. The Rig stops, turns, tries to center for Taylor. Can't get it there. Klein turns and whacks at it. Klein sends it deeper. Rig's got to go to work. Rig in the corner. Riggs stands a player up, lets Taylor come in and whack at it. Taylor comes out of there with it. Taylor tried to hit Klein, couldn't. It goes around the backside. Klein in the corner. Klein, uncontested, throws it around back. Riggs got to go to work again. Oh, Riggs shoulders a girl. She ends up down. That girl's going to be hurting after the Rig knocked her down. She gets up slow. They called it contact. That looked iffy at best as Schuler chases it down behind the wall. Schuler up to Klein. Here comes Klein. Klein's not going to be able to maintain it as Sheik sends it back up. Dahl's going to send it up. Taylor had to get out or it would have been offsides. This one comes up the wall. Riggs going to stop it there. Rigg hits it up the wall. And there's some contact there as they flip it into Taylor. Taylor can't handle the pass. Riggs going to chip it, can't knock it in, and here comes back the other way. 11:22. Around the backside. They send it up to Klein. Klein can't handle it, just a stop turn. Sends it up for the Rig. Rig puts it up for Taylor, can't handle it. Now this one comes back to Klein. Klein across to Schuler. Schuler's got to skate it up here now. Schuler dumps it in around behind. Schuler still battling. They take it off of her. Here comes Diamond over to provide support. Now they're coming up one-on-one with Dahl. Pilarski picks it up, coming back the other way with two Warhawks back. Pilarski dancing around behind the net, turns on the Jets. Pilarski still dancing. Pilarski still dancing. Pilarski still dancing. Drops it off to Swiss Army Niner. Niner throws it in front. Pilarski comes and whacks at it. Now Barfight's going to whack at it. Sends it around back for Makasenka. Makasenka up the near wall. Makasenka buzzing. Makasenka across the front. Can't corral it to shoot. Shot. Missed everything. Far side. Goaltender with a cover. 10-20. Second period. 10:20 to go. Dahl is imploring them to go here. Pilarski, Barfight, Makasenka, Swiss Army Niner, and Desai on the backyard. Pilarski draws this one back to Desai. Desai, heavy pressure, throws it down to Makasenka. Makasenka, this Warhawks team is relentless. Loose in front to Pilarski. Pilarski turns, shoots. Goaltender pushes it to the corner. They send it around the back, Barfight. Barfight around back for Pilarski. Pilarski tried to chip it in front, couldn't. Pilarski puts it in front. Makasenka couldn't get her stick down. Now Desai steps up and it comes back. Niner's going to whack at it. Niner chips it up to Makasenka. Makasenka sends it deep. And we're going to go for a change as Klein jumps on. Makasenka stays. Niner stays. Diamond off. Kinger on. Makasenka battling. Loose in front. Kinger can't get a stick on it. They send it up. Niner picks it up there. Niner up to Kinger. Kinger tried to chip it up to Klein. Klein whacks it into the corner. Kinger needs to go chase it. She gets back there. Sends it up the wall. Claherty hits a Warhawk. They come out of there with the puck. Klein steps in. Desai can't hold the point and it drifts back to Klein. Klein across to Niner. Niner looking up. Sends it into a group of players and it goes down the near wall. Klein needs to go chase it. Klein battling hard back there. Warhawks have it. They take it away from her. Here they come up the far wall. As Zivkovic steps up, holds it. Here come the Warhawks back through center. Lots of action right now up the near wall. Klein chasing. Now they come into the center of the zone. Zivkovic pushing to the corner. They separate it for the puck. Loose high slot jam. Bukowski with the cover as Niner goes down in front of the net. We're going to get a stoppage and a draw in the near circle. There's the draw. Into the corner, Kiesel. Kiesel up the wall for King. King for Klein. Klein circles around stripes. Looking up, Klein tries to throw it. Cannot get it up to Claherty. Now back to Kiesel. Kiesel can't get it up to Claherty as it bounces off the wall. Warhawks retreat D to D. Around the backside. Kinger with pressure. Kinger steps in. They're beating, they're banging, they're whacking. Kiesel sends it deep. Pilarski tipped it over to the far corner. Zivkovic steps up, can't hold it. Pilarski's going to get there as Zivkovic tied up the player. Now they send it deeper. Claherty throws it in front, can't get it to Pilarski. This one comes out to the near side. Kiesel retreats. They're going to push this player to the corner. Kiesel. Shoulders are into the corner. The Warhawks broadcast team wants a penalty, but that's just going to be contact every time as Kiesel comes up the wall with it, or Kinger. Kinger comes up the wall with it. Kinger. Now Claherty battling. Pilarski can't get a stick on it, and here it comes the other way. Kiesel going to ride this player. No, they come into the center. Shot. Jamilkowski with the save. 7:40 to go, second period. 1-0 Warhawks. Lots of back and forth action here, but nothing too dramatic so far. This one comes up. Here comes Schuler. They send it across. Dahl sends it back in. Taylor loops out. As they send it back, Dahl. Dahl back to Schuler. Schuler looking up the wall. Hits the rig. Here comes the rig with space. Rig rips a shot. Misses everything far side. Over to the far wall. They chip it up. They get around Dahl. Over to the near wall. They chip it deep and go for a change. And now they send it through. Here comes Taylor. Taylor around one. Taylor still skating. Taylor loses the puck to the end wall. Centers. Nobody there. They send it back the other way. This one comes back to Dahl. Dahl sends it up to the rig. Rig tried to dump it to Taylor. Couldn't. As they battle over to the wall. They send it deeper now, do the Warhawks. Now they have it in the high slot. Klein pokes at it. Sends it over to the near wall. Now they send it deeper. They're going to battle over there. Taylor and I'm guessing Klein and a couple of Warhawks. Stripes watching. That girl might be sitting on the puck. Now she's up, and here comes Dahl with it. Dahl up to the rig. Rig sends it back to neutral. Taylor was streaking through, couldn't pick it up. Here comes Klein. Klein up the far wall. Taylor heads to the bench. Klein's going to be on her own. Klein gets a shot off. It's loose, but it gets tipped. They can't hold it, and here comes back the other way as Klein goes hard into the wall. She got kneed in the head on her way in. She's up. She's okay. Desai can't get a stick on it. Now Niner will. Here comes Mrazek. Mrazek. Diamond and Klein are together, and causes us to lose the puck, and here come the Warhawks back the other way. Barfight steps up, cannot hold the puck, and here comes the Warhawks back the other way. Player falls. Mrazek in the corner. Hits the reverse card. Tries to come up the wall with it. Does. Barfight's there. Barfight sends it up. All the way back. No, and that will be an icing. 5:29. Come back the other way.
Let's go, Steele! Let's go, Steele!
Draw here. Into the corner. Pilarski battling back there. Niner comes out of there with it. Niner up the wall to Barfight. Barfight tips it out. Here it comes all the way back. No icing. Barfight and Makasenko applying pressure. Up the wall. Pilarski can't get a stick down. Desai tries to hold it. Desai pokes it deeper to Pilarski. Pilarski stops, turns, shoots, tipped high into the end wall. Pilarski still battling. Diamond up the wall. Desai holds, throws it into the near corner. Pilarski skates over. Pilarski battles it deeper as she gets hit coming through. Pilarski still battling. Pilarski throws it in front. Nobody there, and it comes all the way back to neutral as Desai chases it down at the top of the defensive zone. Desai stops, turns, reverses. Dangerous pass across. Barfight can't get a stick on it. Now Mrazek will. Mrazek up too far for Makasenko. Here come the Warhawks back the other way. Pilarski pokes it forward. Pilarski throws it in the corner. She's going to head to the bench. So is Makasenko. They throw it into the corner. Klein out here with Kinger and Kiesel. Kiesel intercepts it. Kiesel shoots. Blocked. They send it over to the far wall. Now it comes back all the way, and that will be an icing. All the way back down this way. Klein, King, Claherty, Kiesel, and Zivy. Far circle for this draw. We send it over for the draws. Klein's going to take this one. Klein on somewhat of a bad wheel still after that hit Friday. Warhawks pick it up, send it around. And Kiesel steps across, and now they're going to get behind her. Zivkovic needs to hurry back here. She will get there. She'll send it up the wall where Kiesel's going to send it up ahead to Claherty. Here comes Claherty, one back. Claherty going to go all the way around, tip it to herself. Claherty still skating. Claherty leaves it for Klein. Klein around the backside. Klein comes in. Klein with Kinger out front. Hits the Uno reverse card. Loses the puck. King needs to go to work here. King in the corner. Battling with a Warhawk. We got the Warhawks chipping it around behind Klein. Klein battling behind Klein. Klein throws it in front. Now King's going to go get it. King sends it up to Zivkovic. Zivkovic shoots. Tipped! That goes in on a tip. It might have been Klein. Zivkovic from the point. And Klein got a stick on it. And it's 1-1. We got a tip. I think it was Klein. Somebody tipped it on the way in. We don't care who. 1-1. Shot from the point. Somebody tipped it. It might have been Klein. 1-1. Steel City ties it up. Pilarski, Rigg, Taylor. Schuler and Dahl in the backyard. Maybe that's the mode change we needed. As Dahl comes up the far wall, sends it in. They send it over to the near point. Taylor's chasing. Taylor whacking at it. Taylor still whacking at it. Rigg skating in on it. Rigg battling. Taylor needs to get in there and help her. Rigg battling still. Warhawks take it away. They send it up the far wall. Dahl cheats up. They chip it by. Schuler needs to hurry here. She's got fast speed on her. As Schuler chips it up and out of the rink with 3:02. 3 minutes here in the arena to go. Second period. The boys are trying to get the girls going here. As they send it in, Dahl can't get a stick on it. Warhawks, now she pokes it back. Here comes Taylor. Taylor through. Taylor skating up the far wall. Taylor sends it in off a Warhawk and needs to go chase it and does it. Pilarski up the wall. Now Schuler sends it deeper. Around the backside for Taylor. Taylor centers it. Pilarski can't get a stick on it, and here they come back the other way. Schuler pokes at it. Now Dahl has to push that player to the wall. Dahl fell down. Shot. Jabelkowski with the rebound. Here comes Taylor back the other way. Taylor chips it across for Pilarski. Pilarski up the wall. Sends it in. And we're going to get a change here as a bunch of Steel City players head to the bench. Bar fight out. They send it up. Niner cuts that off. Niner sends it in deep. Diamond Makasenka chasing. Makasenka comes out of there with it. Sends it up. Nobody there. And Desai and Barfight chasing. Desai and Niner have to retreat. Desai steps in, Barfight steps in front, stops the player. And this one comes all the way back. And now Schuler's Klein's going to pick it up. Klein coming with a burst of speed. Klein coming in, gets pulled down, and we're going to get a penalty here as they touch it up. Klein's going to get a penalty called against the Warhawks for a trip. And that's going to put us on the Powerball power play. We haven't called it that for a while. Maybe we'll call it that and change our luck. There we go. Steel City power play. Kiesel, Pilarski, Claherty, Zivkovic, and King. Let's see what we can do here on the power play as Pilarski steps in for this one. Draws it back to Claherty. Claherty over to Kiesel. Kiesel sends it. Tipped. Loose in front. They tip it in front. The bag, and there's the goal. Claherty knocks it in on the far side. Power play goal. And it's 2-1 Steel City. Claherty on the open back door. And it's 2-1 Steel City. And your selects have scored on the Powerball power play. 2-1 Steel City. Minute 37 to go, third period, 2-1. Claherty, Pilarski, Kinger, Zivy, and Kiesel. Kiesel getting them wound up. Warhawks retreat back. They send it up. Pilarski digs. Here it comes up the near wall. Clardy chasing. Kiesel pushing to the corner. They hold the player on the half wall. Now they go down. Kiesel chasing into the corner. They send it in front. They poke, they beat, they bang, they whack. Jamelkowski covers it up. We get a whistle. Minute 15. Kristen Pilarski excited. I heard you couldn't come today due to other commitments, but glad you're watching. As Klein comes in now. Klein, King, Zivy, I can't see, Kiesel. Got a girl down in the corner. That might have been Kiesel again as Clardy sends it up the wall. Clardy was going to chip it. I think they were expecting a penalty there and never got it. Here comes Clardy. Clardy pulled down, no call. And now we're even after Kiesel whacked somebody again. Now they send it up the wall. Klein holds. King whacks at it. In behind the net now. I've got to adjust my positioning here as we come around. Here come the Warhawks back the other way. They send it up, and this one comes off a skate. Kiesel's going to whack at it. Send it back the other way. Clardy's going to whack at it. Here comes Clardy. Clardy with King. Clardy puts it back to King. Too far, too hard. King whacks at it. Can't hold it. And here come the Warhawks. Now King is going to keep whacking at it. Now Klein whacks at it. 28 seconds to go. Now the Warhawks down the far wall. They send it around, and they come in with it. They steer that player off. Zivkovic sends it back. It's going to go slow, and that likely is going to negate the icing as Clardy gets there and whacks at it and sends it over the corner. Now Pilarski picks it up. Pilarski around the backside upends a Warhawk. Pilarski. They send it around behind. Pilarski knows. Need to get a shot off. Kiesel not going to get the shot off, and that's it. Period 2 ends. 2-1 selects. I'll be back for period number 3. All right, we might have just sang the worst possible rendition of Renegade over here. We got no music in this rink, but we tried. Period number 3 underway. The Rig, Taylor, Pilarski, Kiesel, and Zivy. Rig is going to get it here on the near wall. She's going to loop back, send it over to Schuler. Schuler up the far wall. Schuler chips it ahead. Warhawks pick it up there. And now they're going to turn it over back the other way. I think that might have been Jen Coulter texting me about a Big Rig hat. Yeah, Jen, you're going to have to order that. Go to the MJ. Oh, they bring it into the center of the zone. Bouncing puck into the far corner, Pilarski. You're going to have to go to the MJ Coulter merch store and get a Big Rig hat. Rig knocks that player off. It's loose in the front of the zone. Now near point. Near point shot. Gets all the way through. Jamelkowski sends that over to the far wall. This one gets over Pilarski. They cannot get it out of the zone. At this point, just ice the damn thing. Rig's going to pick it up, and that's exactly what she's going to do. But no, they stop it at the red line. At least get it out. That gets a couple of players a change. They send it in deep. Schuler picks it up there hard around to Taylor. Taylor tries to chip it up, can't knock it out. Rig will knock it out. And they try to chase it back, and the Warhawks knock it in. Dull going to pick it up there. Dull up the wall for Klein. Klein looking up. Klein poking, beating, banging. And Makasenka comes in and whacks at it and can't do anything with it. Loose, high slot, Klein pokes it off, now far point shot. Tipped into the far corner. Where they're going to send it in front. Now Klein chips it off the back wall. Klein stops, turns its inner feet. They send it in front. Schuler. Loose in front. They dance in front. Jamilkowski gets loose underneath her. Jamilkowski sits back and covers it up. It was loose behind her. She hurried up and sat down and covered it up with her backside to stop that play. And Makasenka's tapping her on the shoulder for sitting back on that puck and stopping that action. Makasenka bar fight, Pilarski, Desai, and Mrazek. No, we're going to switch them out. We're going to go with Kiesel and Zivy. And we're going to go to the far circle for this draw. Action is hot and heavy. They trip bar fight coming off the faceoff. Bar fight knocks it out. Oh, and we got a player fall down. Makasenka needs to hurry. She's not going to get there, though. He's going to apply some pressure. Bar fight stops it and sends it deeper. And bar fight stops it again. They're battling Makasenka. Makasenka whacks it into the center. It's loose in Pilarski's feet. Bar fight whacking at it. Now here come the Warhawks back the other way. Bar fight's going to get called here. That looked okay to me, but they're going to get her on a trip. 13:01. They're sending bar fight for a trip, and it's hard to hate that hard of that kid. As we're going to go on the penalty kill. As the Warhawks are going to go on the power play. We're going to go on the kill. And Zivy, Klein, Claherty, and Kiesel to kill this penalty. 13:01 to go. Klein going to take this draw. Klein dies on the dot in the corner. Zivkovic battling with a couple of Warhawks along the goal line. Kiesel steps in to hold it. They go to the far side. They try to center it. Comes through everybody over to the near side, near point. Going to pick it up there. They shoot. Klein blocks it. Here comes Klein. She's going to get a chance to chip it out, come up the near wall with it. She gets it halfway back. Can't get it all the way back. Now she circles to catch back up as the Warhawks come up. Zivkovic cheats up to try to get it, and Kiesel's going to pick it up behind Jamilkowski. Kiesel's going to whip it up the wall to Claherty, who tips it out. Back to neutral. They tip it ahead. Warhawks coming down the far wall. They send it into the center. Zivkovic separates that player from the puck. It's loose. Zivkovic still banging, whacking, beating, banging, loose in front. They cannot get it out of there. Now they'll whack it to the point. Loose, high slot, shot. Misses everything to the far side. Warhawks behind the net, near side. They're calling a penalty on us. I don't understand what they're calling here as this one gets pushed across. Who are they calling this penalty on? This one goes in behind. Just keep the time running. This will cut down on the 5-on-3 time as this one comes across. Still haven't touched it. This will cut down on the 5-on-3 time at least. Comes out to the far point, now the near point. Shoot, Jamilkowski knocks it into the corner. This will cut down on the 5-on-3 time. That's the only benefit of this. Over to the far point. They send it in front, loose in front. Now they send it around behind, and this penalty is going to be over. Now they've eliminated their 5-on-3 advantage as this one goes in behind. Kiesel's going to touch it up, and they're going to get another one as they're going to get a high stick. And this one's going to be on Kiesel. Kiesel's going to sit for a high stick, but it killed the 5-on-3, which is not the worst thing in the world. So we're going to go back on the power play for the Warhawks, but it's not going to be a 5-on-3 as we aggressively killed the 5-on-3, and now Desai ices it all the way down, and King's going to go chase it. King, Pilarski, Desai, and Dahl out here to kill this one as they send it up. Here come the Warhawks 3-on-2. They need to get back. King pokes at it. They push her to the corner. Minute 10, 20 seconds already gone. Now they push it around behind Dahl around backside. Desai's going to have room. Get it on her forehand, but not chip it out. Now we got Kinger can't get it out. Desai going to battle on the wall. They skate around Desai. Pilarski skates over. It's loose on the doorstep. Jamilkowski covers, and we're going to get a stoppage as they're pushing Desai in front of the net. And you're not going to get that call either. Thankfully, Kea didn't respond. And we're going to come into the near circle. as Klein, Claherty, Desai, and Dahl are going to come out here. 47 seconds left. Over to the corner. Dahl battling. Warhawks around the backside. They come in on the side with Jamalkowski. Claherty knocking players down. Far point. Far along the goal line. It's loose back door. It's loose in front. And they beat Jamalkowski. I saw it drift along the line. They beat Jamalkowski for a power play goal. Just couldn't get him out in front of the net. It's 2-2. 10-24. Cannot give this team that many chances. They're too good. It's 2-2. It's tied up. 10-24. Kiesel and Zivi. Bar fight and Makasenka out here with Klein. Ava just didn't get her paw to the post there, and they beat her on the short side in the scramble in front of the net. Klein going to take this draw, 10-24. Bar fight cheating in on that one. This one comes in, it dies on the dot. And bar fight comes out of there. She's pulled down. No call. As the Warhawks dump it deep. And right now the momentum is in their favor as Kiesel picks it up. Kiesel dumps it around behind, but Zivkovic's not going to get there. It's loose. They're beating, they're banging, they're whacking. Jamalkowski covers it up. 10:06. So Schilling's got both games on as Mac is playing in her championship game up in Delmont. We're playing here. I don't know what their score is, Schill. If you get a chance, let me know. I'll let our Steel City fans know. And Klein, Diamond, Makasenka, Dahl, and Schuler out here now. They draw it back to Schuler. Schuler stops, turns, hits the Uno reverse card, goes up the wall, turns it over to a Warhawk, sends it deeper. Klein bodies a girl behind the net. She lost her mouth guard, and Klein picks it up, hits the Uno reverse card. Klein bodies her again. She's holding her. And now Dahl, they're going to battle back here. We're going to keep an eye on this. Loose at the low slot. Klein still battling with this girl. And Diamond's going to whack at it. Diamond's going to chip it out. Now they're going to come D to D. And right now momentum is with the Warhawks, and I don't like it. They skate around bar fight. Klein over to the far point. They send it low into the corner. Dylan whacks at it. Dylan sends it. It's going to go all the way down, and that will be an icing. 9:17 will come back the other way. Mrazek, Desai, Claherty, King, and Pilarski. Boys are imploring Pilarski with the woos. Pilarski going to step in and take this draw. She draws it back to Desai. Desai around for Niner. Niner up the wall, cannot whack it. Whack it past that player as she gets bodied off the puck. Warhawks skate in with it. Now they have it behind Jamalkowski. They put it in front. Pilarski chips it away. Desai chips it away. Desai sends it up to a Warhawk, though. And here they come back the other way. They chip it in the far corner. Around the backside, Desai. Desai gets bodied into the wall. And the Warhawks pick it up there. Niner. They chip it around the backside to another Warhawk. Pilarski battling. 8:40 to go. This one comes out to the near point. Shot from the near point, knocked down by Claherty. Low, near wall. Around the backside now. They chip it around the backside. They chip it in front. They still have it in front. Jamalkowski says no twice. And Niner chips it back to neutral. And the Warhawks are going to come again. It gets to Desai. Desai sends it up to King. King cannot get it through to Claherty, and the Warhawks send it back again. Mrazek's not going to get there first. Warhawks are going to pick it up. Warhawks up. Far side. Klein stood that player up. They got it lower, in behind the net now. They send it in front. Kinger chips it out. Warhawks are going to pick it up there. We seem to be content to clear it right now. We're not making any rushes. The ice is tilted this way, and I don't like it. This one comes around Klein. Now Barfight picks it up. Here comes Barfight dumping it deep. We're going to go for a change as Claherty heads to the bench. Makasenka joins the rush. Barfight's battling. Up the far wall. Makasenka's going to hold it. Send it deeper, but the Warhawks are going to pick it up there and chip it by Klein, and here they come back the other way. Zivkovic steps up. Zivkovic gets shoved. Now they come back the other way as they whack it, and that will be an icing. 7:26 will come back this way. As Marshall, give us an update on Addison when you can. Let us know what you heard. I suspect I already know, but at least let us know if you heard anything else. Barfight, Stevens, Taylor. I'm going to put Stevens. No, they're going to let Barfight play center now. Zivkovic and Kiesel out back. They chip it over to the Rig. The Rig has it on the wall. She gets knocked down. Barfight joins in. It comes around back to Taylor. Taylor. Rig slow to get up, but she's up now. Here come the Warhawks back the other way. Up the far wall. Kiesel pushing them to the wall. They try to come into the center on her through Zivkovic's feet into the corner. They're going to battle in the corner now. Barfight comes out of there with it. Barfight chips it up the wall, but not out. Rig picks it up over skates. Rig down again. Two Warhawks collide. Taylor whacks it back the other way. Riggs get ahead to the bench after falling 2 or 3 times on that shift. They get around Bart Diamond. Now they get the rebound. They're coming around on the short side. Thankfully, Zivkovic stopped that as Ava was way out of the net. Up to the near point. Now to the low point. Now up, hitting, streaking in the high slot. Taylor blocked that one. It's loose on the doorstep. They whack it over to Taylor. Taylor gets nothing on it, can't clear it. Comes back. Now Zivkovic picks it up. Zivkovic tips it up to Claherty, who clears it. But this ice is absolutely tilted this way right now, and I do not like it. Kiesel picks it up. Kiesel hits the Uno reverse card, comes up the wall, pushes, turns it over around Zivkovic. It's loose in the slot. They poke it up Claherty. Here comes Claherty. She loses the puck. Just cannot get it out. This Warhawks team is very aggressive right now. 6:05 to go. Around the backside, Pilarski. Pilarski's going to skate it up to Kinger. Kinger can't keep a stick on it. Now she regains. Flips it back to Pilarski. Pilarski with a shot high. Misses everything to the near corner. They battle over there. Claherty falls down. Dahl kicks it deeper. They send it past her. Dahl stops, turns. Throws it back to a Warhawk. They tip it in. Dahl can't block it. Now comes into the corner. Claherty going to chase it there. Warhawks get there first. Throw it into Schuler's feet. Now they throw it back to Schuler. Schuler chasing it around the backside. Schuler pushes it up the wall. Warhawks get there first. Send it to the high slot. They're going to get a shot from there. Knocked down by Pilarski. Loose on the doorstep. Jamilkowski covers. 5:20 to go. So it looks like Marshall has a mild concussion. They're going to put her in the protocol, put her back on the ice. This is one of those deals where you work back based on exertion-based headaches. I've watched this movie too many times, but it's good she'll be back for practice, although I think it got canceled. And you work back, and when the symptoms are gone and the test scores are gone, you come back. That's how that works. Test scores are back, rather. Symptoms gone, test scores back. Zivkovic and Barfight battling back there. Up to the Rig. Rig tries to send it out. It ends up at the high point. Shot knocked down by the Rig. It's loose on the doorstep. Jamilkowski covers. 5:05. We're going to do it again. 5:05. They send this one over to the wall. They get by Zivkovic into the corner. Up to the point. Rig whacks at it. Here comes the Rig. Rig cannot get a stick on it. Still battling. Rig tried to send it across for Barfight. Missed her. Here come the Warhawks back the other way. They send it in deep. Jamilkowski lets it go. Zivkovic whacks it up the wall to the Rig. Rig sends it out. Taylor's not going to get there. She needs to hustle. I don't think she's going to get there, though. It's loose in the snow. A lot of snow over there. Barfight's over there. They got to dig it out of the snow pile. Rig sends it deep. Now you got to go get it. Rig and Barfight and Taylor are going to head to the bench. That'll let Pilarski jump on. I see Mrazek jumping on. Maybe they got Mrazek going to go play offense now. As Desai's going to chase this one back. Desai up the wall for Kinger. Kinger going to try to hit Mrazek. Turns it over. High slot. Loose in the slot. Shot. Loose on the doorstep. Kinger cleans it off. This one comes down now. Dahl's going to pick it up. Dahl sends it up and out off King back to neutral. And we're happy to clear right now, and they're making rushes. So we've got to tilt this ice the other way. This one comes back the other way. Mrazek stops and turns. She turns it over. Now over to Dahl. Dahl flips it up to Kinger too far. And again, we're just happy to clear, and they're happy to just dump it deep with a 2-2 tie. Dahl can't get it out. Now she will. Mrazek loses it to a Warhawk. They send it across. Here comes the puck deeper. Kiesel turns. Kiesel picks it up. Kiesel up for Niner. Niner looking across. Niner dumps it and heads for a change. Got to chase it. Kinger's going to go back there, but there's nobody else. Desai joins the play. Kinger plastering him into the wall. Kinger and Pilarski digging back there. Warhawks come out with it. 3:11 to go. Here they come back the other way. Desai takes the player, pushes this player to the wall, gets by her, but she loses the puck. Desai knocks it up, but not out. Near point. Shot! Kiesel knocks it down. Desai skates it. Here comes Desai up the wall. Forgets the puck. Leaves it as she gets hit. Here come the Warhawks back the other way on a change. They're going to leave it, and Kiesel's going to pick this one up. Kiesel whacks it high up off the glass. It hits the netting, and we're going to get a face-off. And I suspect it's going to come back down here. No, he's going to bring it out. Klein, Claherty, Makasenka, Schuler, and Desai. We got the lines and pairings all mixed up now. I think we're playing the freshest legs. Desai across to Schuler with a turnover. It leads to a breakaway. Jamalkowski stops it. And that was almost a disaster. A bad turnover there. And that was almost a disaster averted by Jamalkowski. Schuler comes off. Klein steps in. Over to, here comes Claherty, two back. She tips it through. That is interference, and they're going to call it. No, they're calling offsides. How is that? They've got to call, yeah, and there it is. There's the interference call. They've got to call interference on that. 2:24, and we're going to go back to the power play. Can't get the power play on. There it is. So we need a timeout sponsor. We may have to go back to Old Faithful here. The official beer of Kiesel and Dahl, Busch Light. For those of you in middle school, Schilling is your teacher. And we got Diamond over here making the Busch sound. Every time you open the can, it goes, Busch. So as usual, we're acting up here.
Brought to you by
Powerade Mystic Mountain Blueberry. Due to a binding endorsement on every prayer, I have to mention Powerade Mystic Mountain Blueberry. It is delicious and refreshing. We could do Mighty Oak Farms. Mighty Oak Farms, Kiesel beef. We got to be careful with that one, though. There's a line for Kiesel beef, but we can't use it. This is a family show. So the Big Rig picked up an endorsement during this game. She's going to be sponsored by MJ Coulter Trucking. Jen texted, they're going to make her a hat. It's going to say the Big Rig on the back. All right. Power play, 2:24. Kinger, Pilarski, Claherty, Kiesel, and Klein. Going down for the power play here. Minute 30, 2:24 in the period on the interference penalty. They're going to get a face-off here as Claherty puts it into the corner. We got to win these face-offs. Klein can't hold. Now Kiesel has to chase it back. Kiesel. Stop. Oh, Kiesel has trouble with it. Up to Klein. Klein. Up to Claherty. Claherty. Right to a Warhawk. They fan sending it deep, and we are a disorganized mess on the beginning of this power play as Kiesel's going to retreat. Kiesel struggling with it back here. Bounces it up the wall, and the Warhawks are just going to send it deep again. Kiesel, we've got to get grouped up here. She drops it to Klein. Klein will skate. Here comes Klein up the near wall. Klein, we've got to get organized. 50 seconds to go in the penalty. Klein around the backside. Klein buried on the wall, battling with a Warhawk. Kinger joins in. Warhawks are going to come out of there with it. They want it more right now. No, King. King drops it around back for Pilarski. Pilarski tries to center. It's loose in front. Clardy whacking at it. Still loose, and they're going to clear it back. Not all the way back as it gets tipped. Oh, no, it's going to turn into a breakaway. Jamilkowski needs to come up big here. She does. Covers, sends it out to King. King can't clear. And we are short-handed, having trouble getting the puck out. We are exhausted right now. This Warhawks team is taking it to us. They send it deep. Klein, 13 seconds to go in the penalty. Pilarski whacking. Now Kiesel. At this point, you got to ice it on the power play. They send it in deeper against the wall. Klein can't hold it. And now the Warhawks have it in the near corner. Claherty's sweeping at it, but not attacking. Now the player falls down. No call. Warhawks have it. Warhawks, center. They want it more than we do right now. Out to the far point. Over to the near point. They're going to get a shot there. Nothing on it. Low, behind the net, 40 seconds to go. In behind. They're going to send it out. Kiesel. Now we got Pilarski. Pilarski flips it. And that'll get back without an icing, and that'll at least let him change. But we need to hurry up on this change as Claherty skates over. Jamilkowski pushes out into the corner. Rigg and Dahl. And Claherty, as Dahl gets pulled down, it leads to a turnover. They come in. Jamilkowski with the save to Rigg dove and couldn't stop the player. 14 seconds as Barfight tackles somebody. They battle on the far wall. Now they land on Barfight. They send it out. Rigg's going to battle it over to the wall. Dahl picks it up with 3 seconds to go. They battle her to the wall. Shot knocked down by Claherty into the corner. And we're going to go to overtime. 2-2. We're going to play 4-on-4 overtime. I don't know for how long. And then we go to a shootout. So we'll see. Let's take a breather and we'll be back for overtime. All right, 4-on-4 for 5 minutes. Zivy, Desai, Klein, and Pilarski. I like an unlikely hero here. We'll see. We are out of legs. I'm going to be honest with you. This team has pushed us to the wall. We play 5, and then we go to a shootout. Here's the draw. It gets loose. Here comes Klein up the far wall. Can't get the puck. Pilarski picks it up. Pilarski set around back. Pilarski skating, still skating. Drops it off to Zivy, far point. Zivkovic throws it deep. Klein's back there. Klein's going to go battle for it. Klein. 4-on-4 is tentative at the beginning because you don't want to overcommit because it can lead to problems. And now Pilarski comes out of there with it. Pilarski, they're battling hard back there. Here come the Warhawks. We need to drop back. Drop back. We got 4 back. Klein can pressure it. And Desai knocks it down. Desai, turn and go. They're changing. Desai loses it, regains. Here comes Desai through neutral. She still seems to have some legs. She sends it. She's going to go for a change. No, she's not. She's going to stay. Pilarski battling in the corner. Claherty comes out of there with it. Claherty skating. Claherty still skating. Gets pulled down. Claherty hard into the wall. Loses the puck. Here come the Warhawks back the other way. Here we come down the near wall. Zivkovic. They've been out here a long time. They take it around behind. Loose. That gets tipped out by Claherty. Here comes Claherty. She's not going to have any angle by the time she gets to the puck, though. Claherty with Barfight trailing. Claherty pushes it around back, gets shouldered off the puck. Barfight's going to go battle in the corner. Barfight gets leveled against the wall. She's still down. Now she's up. You know that kid's tough. Dahl's going to throw it in on net, miss everything to the far side. And they're going to chase it over. Barfight's going to go resume the battle, and it's going to be Kiesel back at neutral. Kiesel throws it up too far for Claherty. Claherty's been out here for a minute and a half. She needs to get off. Claherty gets off. Klein comes back. Send it over to the far wall. Klein trips Kiesel. This is going to turn into trouble. Dahl gets back. Dahl with a great defensive play after Klein tripped Kiesel. This could turn the other way as Dahl comes back. Dahl gains the line. Dahl still skating. Dahl still skating. Dahl gets pulled down. No call. How do you not call that trip? Around the backside. Stripes has put the whistle away. Pilarski shouldering him off. You're not going to call the trip on Dahl. You're not going to call that. Oh, bad turnover there by Desai. Comes in on Jamelkowski. Jamelkowski says no. Loose in the high slot. Desai knocks it over to the far wall. Need to poke it out. This one gets out. We got the Warhawks come back the other way. Offsides. 2:39 to go. Jamelkowski with a huge save. Poked it out of the way. Zivy Desai. Claherty and Klein. 2:39 in overtime. We're halfway through it. They call no face-off there. We're going to come back and do it again. Stripes is a little lazy here. Klein has to pick up the puck for him. Claherty whipping there. Here she comes through. Zivkovic up the wall. Zivkovic to a Warhawk. Claherty chips at it. Claherty still chipping at it. Klein's going to come out of there with it. Here comes Klein. Klein around one. Klein gets stopped up. Now they're coming back. Desai and Zivkovic back. Two Warhawks coming. Desai pushes her to the corner. Centering pass cut off by Zivkovic. They loose. They turn. They throw it off the back of the net. Here come the Warhawks into the corner. Loose up to the near point. Shot from the point. Gets all the way through. Jamelkowski holds the pipe. Knocks it into the corner. Zivkovic. Zivkovic up. Cannot get it out. Shot. Knocked down by Desai. Desai's going to clear it up. No, Desai can't clear it. Out to the near point. Desai. Zivkovic in the corner. Zivkovic around back. Claherty's over there. Claherty in slow motion clears it back to neutral. We're going to get a change as Dahl and Kiesel come out here with Barfight and Claherty. Kiesel, now Dahl. Dahl sends it up the wall for Claherty. Here comes Claherty. Claherty up the near wall with Barfight. Claherty gains the line and dumps. She needs to get off. She's been out here forever. Minute 30. Over to the wall. Barfight battling deep. You got Pilarski on now. They send it into the center. Dahl overskates. Be careful. That's how you get in trouble 4-on-4. They send it deeper. Barfight. Here comes Barfight. Barfight throws it deeper into the zone. 1:10 to go. They overskate Pilarski and a Warhawk. Here come the Warhawks up the near wall. Barfight skates over for pressure. Dahl picks up the puck. Throw it deep, Dylan. At this point, get to the shootout. They throw it in front. Gloved by the goaltender. 57 seconds to go. Here comes Klein. Here comes Claherty. Kiesel. And what are we doing here? We're not playing 5. Pilarski's going off. All right. Dahl and Kiesel reunited in the backyard, and it feels so good. Claherty and Klein. Obligatory. It's on the hoodie that Kiesel has. The limited edition Wicked Slap Shots hoodie of Juan. All the way around for Claherty. Claherty overskated. Kiesel's going to have to retreat. Klein pokes in there and gets it. Klein sends it back the other way. Claherty picks it up. Claherty gets tripped. How do you not call that one? And now the Warhawks are going to come back up the other wall. And I don't understand how you don't call that trip. Klein bodies a girl, and you're not going to call the trip. You're not going to call the body as Kiesel cleans it off the doorstep. Kiesel. Here comes Kiesel up the wall. Kiesel still skating. Kiesel dumps it. Around the backside, 17 seconds. Claherty, pressure, 12. Kiesel, don't step up. Kiesel battles, holds it, 7. Around back to the Warhawks. 3. They're holding it for the shootout. And that'll do it. We're going to go to the shootout to settle this game. Now we go to the shootout. And this is where the goalie parents get nervous. So I owe you some zoom on this one. We'll see what I can give you here. Give you a little zoom. I always try to give you a little more on the shootouts here. Give you a little more. Let's see. That'll be pretty good for this net. This net, it kind of is what it is. I can't give you much down there. We're going to a shootout. Adjust the camera to bring you what I can. And we'll see who they send out. We are away, so we're going to have to go first, I believe. I think you start with 3 and then you go from there. Looks like it's going to be Klein.
You got it.
Klein first.
Let's go, Skilton. Let's go. Let's go, Skilton. Let's go. Let's go, Skilton.
See if I can bring you a little more on this net. You're going to have to bear with me on the zooming. I'm going to bring you what I can on this net. Here comes Klein. You'll see her skate in from the right. Let her go so you can see it. Here comes Klein. Klein! And it's 3-2 Steel City. All right, now we'll bring you some Jamalkowski goaltending action. Let's work the zoom again. Zoom in here on Jamalkowski. Here comes the Warhawks player. You'll see her skate in, but I want to bring you the action. Jamalkowski way out. Jamalkowski with the save. Now we're going to go the other way. They're going to send out Clardy. I'll give you a little bit of a zoom, and then I'm going to not touch it because it shakes bad in the zoom. Tighten it up and leave it right there for you so you can see this shootout action. Here comes Clardy. You'll see her skate in from the right. Clardy taking her time, crossing the blue line. Here she comes. Clardy misses the net. And we'll bring you some Jamalkowski goaltending action here. Come back the other way, and I'm not going to touch it. Clardy didn't even hit the net. See what happens here, and we'll see who coach sends out. For number 3, here comes Jamalkowski's opportunity in net. Bring as wide of a view as I can. Here comes the Warhawk. Jamalkowski way out. No goal! Not even sure that ever got on net. And out comes Pilarski. Pilarski puts this in. This thing's over. Bring you a little bit of zoom here. Pilarski buries this and it's over. Tighten up the zoom and I'll give you this view. Here comes Pilarski. She scores. It's over. No. Got nothing on it. Ava saves this. It's over. Jamalkowski cam. Here it comes. Bring you what I can here as we wait for the Warhawk to skate in. She's at the blue line. Here she comes. No! That's it! Your Pittsburgh Steel City Selects are the NGHL Tournament champions on a shootout victory on a goal by Klein and tending by Jamalkowski. They take it 3-2 in a shootout. I'll bring you the handshake. I'll bring you the medal ceremony. The patients in Pilarski's office are cheering. The students in Schilling's English class are cheering. Put the bush light in the cooler, boys. We're coming home to have some. Gold medal for the Selects. The boys are singing Country Roads. I'm bringing the handshake. We're not going to get over the YouTube delay because I got to bring you a medal ceremony. Stay with us. Handshake. So we'll bring you the medal ceremony here. I think they call out all the players. We like to stay and do these medals. There's a banner, too, they get to bring home. Oh, there, the girls have the banner. They're unfurling the banner. Here, let me see if I can give you a zoom action on the banner here. There's the banner. The girls are picking up the championship banner. They're going to get a picture here. We may be well over ice time, so we may not do all the names. But there's the banner. There's the picture. You'll see those on Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, Snapchat, other assorted social medias later today. And I think that means we'll sign off for now. As always, we thank you for watching. Wicked Slapshot Productions. We'll be back next time the team's in action. And now I will get over the YouTube delay. And as always, thanks for watching. Enjoy the rest of your Monday.